We're going to make some fresh red beets sauteed with shallots. Actually, it's very simple. When you look at most of the recipes for making beets, I'm using a red beet, but there are other colors you can use. You boil the beets first. I don't like to boil certain items. I feel like the nutritional value goes right into the water and you lose a lot. So what I'm going to do is going to peel the beet, cut it into the size that you like, and I'm going to put them in my rice steamer to steam. So you take the beet and you peel it, and then we'll get back to this. So once you've peeled the beet, and make sure you wear rubber gloves to avoid this. So we're going to cut the stem part off and the little tip there. This is a large beet, so we're going to cut it even the board. I should have put a piece of saran wrap on the board. And then cut it into bite-sized pieces. You can also cut it again later. And once you've done that, you place everything into the steamer. I won't tell you the benefits of eating beets, but there are quite a few. So you can just Google that. This might take about 20 minutes. In the meantime, I'll be able to clean this up. And you could, all you need is a toothpick. When it goes in and out of the beet easily, then you know the beets are cooked. And we're going to saute in a skillet the beets with the shallots. Very simple. And at least you're not using canned beets. Everything fresh is better. But it's been about 15 minutes, and I use this cake testing thing, which you can test potatoes with it too, and just pierce it. That feels firm. I'm just going to leave them in there for another 5 minutes. So it's been about 20 minutes, and goes in and out fairly easy, because you've eaten beets before. The canned beets have a nice soft but firm texture, so that takes care of that portion of the recipe. Now we're going to transfer that into the skillet. Now we're going to saute the shallots first because they're raw, and they'll take a few more minutes than the beets need. The beets will go in here and just pick up flavor from the butter and from the shallots, and so we don't have to cook them. I'll just sprinkle a little salt and pepper. That's my mix. I use a good sea salt that doesn't look that white because it hasn't been refined as much. And I put black pepper in there. So it's just one item to use for seasoning. Now you could put olive oil, butter and olive oil. And I'm just using butter. Why? Because it tastes better, and my wife likes the flavor of the butter. I'm going to cover this, let it cook faster. I don't have to have color on that. I'm not calling it roasted shallots. So this will take a few minutes, and the beets will go in there. Maybe about 5 minutes. I'll come back to this. Let's see how we're doing. Now that the shallots are a little bit soft, we will add the beets, which will only take a few minutes because they're cooked already. And I will not touch these with my hands again. Okay, that's everything. And we'll add some salt and pepper to that. Now I'll raise the flame. Oh, you could put fresh garlic in here if you want. I'm not going that route. You could put herbs. I don't want to put herbs because I love the flavor of the beets. And I don't want anything else taking away from that. And the shallots are kind of mild and there's not a lot in there. And this is a nice side dish vegetable. Now just looking at the amount here, let's say you have 4 people over. This would be enough for 4 people for the vegetable. Well, you want to put some chopped parsley on there for color. That's fine. And now to make sure that the beets are seasoned, I must take one. I'll take a little one. Hot. Taste the shallots. And the beef are not crunchy as if they were raw, but they have a nice firm texture to them. But I'll put a little more salt. Many ways to cook beets, many ways, and many ways to eat them also. Does that mean the same thing? I guess. So here we are, and we are done. Should I put it in a little casserole dish to look at it and see how nice it looks? Okay. I'll do that. I'll be having this for dinner tonight along with another recipe that I'm making. So it should work out well. And now if you wanted to, you could add more shallots to this. Doesn't hurt. Now this is all ready for me later on this evening to put into the microwave. And there you go. Fresh red beets, but you could buy striped beets, yellow beets, if you can find them. Any kind of beet, just cook it the same way with the shallots, or even with onions, or with onions and garlic, whatever. I hope you enjoy that. Give a zoom.